having a pickaxe is a really big thing. I'm just having a lot of problems getting it built. I'm going to try one more time, and then I'm going to just decide to not. I think my health stat is falling super low, and that's what's causing all of these things to be more and more and more nasty. So we may be closely getting to a point where I have no choice but to risk removing bionics and removing the risking the instant death. Light's not going quite as far as it used to. Alright, however. I just don't have the raw resources to keep doing this over and over and over again, and it's just getting worse. Alright, we're full and slaked. One last try. And I mean one last session, so if it fails this first one, I'm going to keep going until I get tired again, but this will be the last session that I try to do this. Yep, started scratching. So that was wasted. There's another one wasted. I didn't think the itchy metal thing would be the first thing I'd want to get rid of when I unloaded bionics, but we are at that point. Alright, I'm done. I managed to try, what, 3 times earlier? And it made it all the way through it and failed each time because of my skill level, but now I've tried like 3 or 4 more full cycles and I can't even get a single recipe to complete. So, alright, we're done with that. I had no idea that was going to be that horrendous to try to do. That's just really, really annoying. And I've burned through another batch of food and water, and I'm getting really low. So we got to do something else now. Kind of pissed off. Just when you think things have gotten easier, this challenge gets worse and worse and worse as time goes by, and you keep these bad bionics in your body. So here's, for anybody that's not familiar with this challenge, here's why it's so hard. Everything from here down to here are negative effects. They're bad things that happen to you because of faulty, broken, bad bionics. So they range from the acid discharge, which causes all your locations to take a tick of damage, and it happens regularly, to the noisemaker that makes a huge noise that spreads out 60 spaces in every direction, pulling all the zombies towards you. That's horrendous when you're in a new city, or when you very first start in a city. Itchy metal thing is what's currently causing me my nightmare, because every once in a while it triggers and I start itching and scratching so hard that I stop whatever I'm doing to try to scratch. So it's interrupting constantly my recipes, trying to craft things, and when I try to sleep it's waking me up and so on, and it's just firing more and more often. Leaky bionic is the other big one. It's got a susceptibly bad effect that if you don't know what it does, you have a hidden health trait or hidden stat for your health that basically is functions like your immune system. This thing's leaking chemicals into your bloodstream and basically corrupting you over time and lowering and lowering and lowering your health stats. So I'm constantly getting colds and susceptible to the flu, and I don't sleep well, and so on. And it's just getting worse the more time that goes by. All of these have various problems, but those are the big ones. Oh, and the other problem is I've currently got an int of 13, which I can boost up, I think 3 points reliably. I think I can get it to a 16. But if I go in here and I try to remove one of these, so if I say remove that one, 62% chance of failure. And when it fails, you then take a random amount of damage from minor, just a couple of ticks, all the way up to you flat out just fall over dead. So it'll do up to like 83 or 86 points of health damage. And that's kind of rough to deal with because of a few reasons. The biggest issue I have with it is I can't see what my actual health is. So the health here shows base hit points of 93, meaning when completely healed, each of your hit locations would have 93, but these bars don't change until you're down more than 20% of your health. So I could be anywhere from 74 to 93 health, and it still shows a full bar here. So I have to guess what my health is, and if I fail the install and get a bad roll on the random damage, I just flop over dead. And 30, 40 hours of effort to try to survive this long is just gone. I have to do that 15 times in order to get through this. So yeah, I know how to raise my health stat, Ragnar. The problem is I just don't have a lot of those materials, and it's not going to be enough to compensate for that leaky bionic. You just have to get rid of it. So raising my int with the drugs is only going to get me about 5 to 6%. I think it's 2% per point of success rate. So let's say I get it to 16, for example. That would only gain me 6% on that number. So I'd be at, what, mid-50s for a failure rate at my current skill levels. My first aid hit 3, so that's good. But my electronics is only 2, and my mechanics is 3 as well. So they're all pretty low. That's why I was desperate to try to get out and actually find some books. How to deal with this. Geographically, my problem is everything to the north of me is either explored and looted out and then hedged off with fungus. South, I've already looted out all the useful stuff from this town. Completely looted the hospital, looted all the useful stuff out of here. Got a prison I'm not going into, there's no reason to. This is the apartment tower that's got the refugees that boarded themselves up inside, but unless I can get a pickaxe, I can't get through the walls, or a jackhammer and such, but I can't get that crafted with the itchy metal thing currently stymieing my crafting attempts. I haven't been south of there yet. I was initially intending to kind of come check out what's at the bottom of these two branches and see if there's any fungus down that direction. The other alternative was to, this is where I'm at currently, take the bike and come down this direction and kind of head down this road, come down to Medibemps here. Not probably explore the whole thing, but just kind of see what the road looks like down to here, because Medibumps has got some proximity to some other cities down this way, because the rest of my map is really, really bare bones. There is a, oh, there's a school. There's a hospital here. So that's one direction where I can eventually get to some stuff. The only one other than that that's semi-close is that one here, and I have to come down this way and come up and either find a way across here. Hopefully there's an opening in this forest to let me through to this north-south connector. I may try to go up here, we'll see. I think there's going to be a forest or something blocking me up this direction, but and there's a hospital over this way for some more medical supplies and hopefully some books or something. I haven't found any labs yet. I don't think I've found any military bases or bunkers either. Now, if I were to cheat, only because of the mechanics and the way they've got it set up and the way the hit point bars work, I would just look at what my current hit points are through the debug menu, just to check that I'm over the 80 whatever percent. I feel like I should know whether I'm healthy or not. Being down 19% of my health and being susceptible to falling over dead just seems kind of odd as a design decision, but that's the extent of it. I wouldn't do anything beyond that. I just don't think that, given how difficult it is to begin with, trying to survive with the Broken Cyborg the way it's currently implemented, and being blind to your actual health, the chances of just randomly dying is a little too rough. But we'll see. I'm still nowhere close to the percentage numbers I would want to even make the attempt, so I've got to get those skill levels up before I even try. Preferably 5 each. But, as you saw, bandages and first aid kits are both going to use disinfectants, and I haven't found that many disinfectants. So if I do a search, all find disinfectants. Really? Ah, disinfectant. So a single bottle with 2, that's all I have left. So I've got 4 doses on me. And my medicine pile, I've got lots of antibiotics. Lots of painkillers of various types. 3 plastic bottles of 4 disinfectants. So I actually have 12, 15 or so disinfectants. And we've got hydrogen peroxide as well. We've got a few options there, but now that I know I'm having problems crafting anything, how long does it take for these? 12 minutes? I could probably get some of the... Oh, that's the wrong item. 30 seconds. So bandages probably be no problem. First aid kits, 20 minutes. Probably reasonably I could get those done if I did one at a time. So, let's go ahead and let's try it. I also want to see how much XP I get, see if I can push that first aid skill, because that's the primary one you need to raise. So maybe I can get it pushed to 4 or 5. See how close I can get. So, let's go from here to here. Just do a single one. Keep burning my lighter. Alright, so for the bandage, that's fine. Just do a single one. And use the disinfectant on the ground. And we crafted a bandage. Yay us. So, first aid, 1%. Alright, I'm not going to be crafting bandages to raise my first aid skill. Let's make a few more, though. So there's 3 bandages. That will get me 1 more first aid kit. So let's go ahead and switch to the first aid kit. Batch. Just do a single one. Use the aspirin, use the disinfectant, and use the hemostatic powder. And we didn't even get a chance because we started scratching. And again, we started scratching. These are 20-minute crafting recipes I'm trying to do. We failed, but didn't waste any materials. And I ran out of light again. Try again. There's 1 first aid kit. There's another one. And there's a 3rd one. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for now. First aid jumped up to 26%, so not too bad. That's what, like 7%, 7.5% per first aid kit. But still, I don't have the raw materials to just mass produce those kinds of things, so I really need to find some better books. Alright, so let's figure out what else we're going to do, because sticking around here is not getting things done. Alright, activate the firefighter belt, put away the halogen bar, wield the spear just to make sure what I've got where. Spear, knife, drop the lamp. Keep that. I need to make up some more scrambled eggs. Oh yeah, I keep picking up those stupid spider eggs because I've got them on auto pickup. You take off auto pickup for now. Craft. Do 3. And 3 more. Alright, so we've got some eggs, and we'll do one more batch of water to top off our skin of our stomach. Batch, let's do 10. Uh-oh, something's coming to get me. Pour in the container. Alright, which room are you breaking into? Huh, weird. Then I hear glass breaking from the south. Can you hallucinate that? Alright, whatever. We've got some water, we've got some food, we've got our normal travel gear, we've got our... I don't need to take that many first aid kits with me. We'll drop a bunch of those. Alright, we've got our travel gear ready to go. What else do we want to take? Let me grab the metal tank, set it back outside. Although it's winter, I don't think we're going to catch much snow, so maybe that's not useful. We'll just leave it here. I'm not sure if you can disassemble first aid kits. I've never tried something so crazy. Alright, it's 4:30. I might go take a quick nap, just see if I can sleep for a few hours to stave off the tired status, and then we're going to get moving. The fact that I do not have the pickaxe means I would be bypassing that if I came south. I'm going to still go that direction. I still do want to check that area out. Just to rule it out. I want to see what's at the bottom of both of these roads if I can. I might run over here, but I don't think I will. Depending on what we find then, we'll come back, and when we get to this intersection, we'll kind of coin flip whether I go north or south. Let's get the other thing done first, so let's go sleep a bit. Wear the blindfold, sleep. God, Spitter. Drop. Blindfold. Hi, Spitter. Did I take any acid damage? You managed to miss me? And then I one-shot him. Alright, that was entertaining. Spitter shows up while I'm sleeping and blindfolded and doesn't manage to get acid on me. Alright, he's butchered. Where? Blindfold, back to sleep I go. And try to sleep, but I can't. 7:30, I think that's good enough. I think the sun's just coming up. Alright, we should actually take that blindfold with us. And the emergency blanket. Alright, don't need either of those. I think we're good to go. Drop this stuff in the pile here. Take the oil lamp so I have a portable light source. Drop off these in the car. And the food. Alright, what's that put me at after I dump off the duffel bag? Alright, 7 out of 8.5 volume, so that's fine. Taking a look at our motorcycle. Everything's in good condition. I just got to be really careful to stay below the safe speed. I think, like I said, I'm going to try to probably push it to 30 and then just double check it every once in a while. I really don't want that thing to fail when I'm far away. That would suck. My off-road percentage sucks as well. Yeah, let's just get moving. So for anybody that's new that's joined us, see we've got a bunch of people that have joined in recently to the channel. Broken Cyborg Challenge, just a real fast recap. Here's the character sheet. Broken Cyborg. With added difficulty, I am also schizophrenic. And the stated goal or victory condition I've set for myself in this challenge is to keep this dumbass alive until I remove all the negative bionics, all the broken cyborg parts and components, and have Thorazine to manage my schizophrenia. I have not yet found Thorazine. I've gone through completely 2 different hospitals, haven't found a single dose of Thorazine. Every other drug, but no Thorazine. And removing bionics is really, really hard now. So with the changes they made to the negative bionics and how they work and the removal process, it's just really, really hard to keep these guys alive if you try this challenge. The fast healer traits are mandatory, I think. So if you ever try this, definitely take the fast healer trait. After that, pick and choose however you think you can manage. But that fast healer trait is the only reason I stay alive for any length of time in these attempts, because of the acid discharge constantly eating away at all your health hit point locations. You can see our skills we've managed to accumulate. We're doing pretty good, but the 3 that I need to raise in order to remove the bionics at a better rate are still too low. I need first aid, I need electronics, and I need mechanics to get as high as possible before I even attempt to take out these bionics. The big deal is if you remove a bionic and you fail, it then rolls dice to see how much damage you take, and it'll do enough that it'll just flat out kill you. So there's a chance that you'll just die from a random die roll when you're trying to remove a bionic. So I need to minimize the failure rate as much as possible. Ongoing issues, though, are one of the bionics is constantly degrading my health stat, which is a hidden stat, and it's causing me to always get colds, and it seems to be making the itchy bionics worse and worse, so I'm having problems crafting, having problems sleeping, and it's just going to continue to escalate. So the more time that goes by, the worse things get. So we may be forced to try a removal here pretty soon, even at the horrendous percentage numbers. So we're going to go on some scouting runs. I need to locate manors or mansions with libraries, schools, hospitals, all that kind of stuff to try to get books. I think I'm likely to have problems reading as well. I can't remember what the bionics do when you're trying to read. If I'm going to get... Doesn't really matter if I'm interrupted while I'm reading, I guess, because it incrementally increases. So, yeah. So reading's really my only chance, because every time I try to craft anything, I get interrupted, and it fails, and I have to restart, and it's just draining my food supplies, and draining time that I don't have. So, we're now on a crafting run. Weapon-wise, we're actually doing pretty good. Here's some other info. Not that list. What did I put that on? Home? Nope. No. Damn it. What did I put the mods number on? It was over here. It was, there it is. So the mods I've got active are pretty much standard. I've added just 1 or 2, or a few, I mean. So stats through skills, vehicle additions, tanks and other vehicles, bionic systems, folding parts, ice coons, more buildings, classes and scenarios, and so on. So nothing too ridiculous. I think that's all the things. Our focus and morale suck, of course. Hey, I'm hallucinating. Always fun. Let's get moving, though. Alright, so let's keep it slow, and we're just going to kind of roll down through this forested area to the south-southwest. I'm going to pray this bike doesn't break. Wow, this is moving slow. 20 miles per hour. Wonder if snow affects handling. I'm not sure if it does or not. I haven't been on a motorcycle for a while in a game. Oops. Change directions a bit here. And I'm going to risk bumping it up to 30. I'll stop and check the engine here in a bit and see if we've taken damage. Oh, crap. God damn it. Apparently it got colder. Or is it cold because I'm driving and the extra wind chill is making things worse? I've got nothing on me that's going to adjust that temperature. I didn't bring any spare clothing or anything. I'd have to drive all the way back to take care of this because I didn't notice it. If I didn't drive while hallucinating, I wouldn't get anywhere. I'm constantly hallucinating. Oh man, it's all a dice roll. I mean, I can't just sit around waiting for things to happen or waiting for perfect situations. Oh boy. Let's bring this to a halt for a second, see if the wind chill stops when I'm not driving. Stop driving. No, it's pretty much the same, so it's just gotten colder. We're on day 6 of winter, so I'm not that far from the house, but I've burnt some gas getting down here. Crap. I don't have a good solution for this. I guess I could keep driving and try to get to my house down here. I think I've got raw materials enough I could craft up something warm down there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push through. So, no damage to the engine, so nothing's happened to it so far. So I'm going to set 30 as my default speed, I think. Really... Oh crap, you hear bang. Is that from the engine? Or is that from... I don't see anything here. No, apparently it's just the muffler. Alright. Yes, I know I'm getting cold. I try to minimize the amount of turning that I do as well, if I can. Alright, a little bit further and then we'll head south.